Home for local news and weather.
Broadcasting from Main Street in the borough of Jewett City.
The Streaming News and Sports Network, SNSN.
And good morning. Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's 9:04. And we just had a nice visit with Mr. Jewett City Algier, who's still with us off camera, but he's here.
I'm still in the house.
Still in his house. Mr. Jewett City Algier is here. And of course, it is. Oh.
That's all right.
It's Friday, which means it is Psychic Tuesday, as always. So, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Psychic Tuesday. Good morning to you, Tina.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
Supposed to sing it.
We're running. I'm good.
Good
I'm
morning. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
It's rainy.
And you.
It's
And
sucky.
you.
And you. And you. And you.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
How about Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder?
How's that go?
Mr. Bluebird on my shoulder. It's the truth. It's actual. Everything is satisfactory.
Zippity-doo-dah, zippity-yay.
My, oh my, what a rainy day.
Hey, it's Psychic Tuesday, and we're here to say, Tina, read my cards, read them my way. Hey,
Yes,
see, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. So we are waiting for people to file into the group, and we're gonna just like every week, call in.
Draw today. Yeah,
Call in.
reason.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't call in, you don't get your questions answered. That's the way it is.
And it's always best when you call in and we do it live.
That's it, man. That's it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
So Psychic Tuesday, where Lisa and Tina are here to answer your questions, to talk to you in a psychic fashion. And remember, always remember that this is for entertainment purposes only.
Yes.
This is so we have to put that disclaimer out there. So, Mr. Jewett City, since you are here,
Yes, sir.
do you have any questions to lead us off here on Psychic Tuesday? Do you have any questions for either Lisa or Tina? Lisa, will can maybe connect you with some dead people.
Well,
or
I prefer the live ones, really.
or Tina can read your future, through tarot cards and
Yeah.
what's possibly coming up. So do you have any questions?
Well, I do have one, and it actually concerns me and my family situation currently.
Okay.
My daughter, who's 45-ish, and she's undergoing breast cancer surgery today.
Wow.
And just want to, if somehow we can look to the future as to how that's going to all turn out for her, because there's a lot of concerns. I mean, it's from not only the surgery but the treatment that follows that kind of surgery.
Plus, you're the dad.
I am the dad, yeah. So I got a little bit of connection there,
Just a bit.
just a bit. And she took care of me when I was recuperating.
That's right.
Yeah.
So
That's true.
Well, there's definitely a future. So it looks like things are gonna, come to a better situation than what she's in.
mhm.
Her emotions are all over the place right now, and that's understandable. Um, is this been in the family before? Is this the family here?
Oh yeah, there's
Okay.
a family history on my side. My mother had breast cancer.
Yeah, because it
So
shows from the past or family unit kind of thing. So that's why I was asking. Um, it looks like they're gonna get most of what they need to get. So with radiation and all that, it should pretty much come
yeah,
together, which
yeah,
would be good.
very good.
That's what it looks like.
And she does have the support of the family naturally. I mean,
Yeah.
nobody would want to see any ill will to come out of that.
Yeah.
Everybody from family to friends, and even people that probably have disliked you in the past for some unknown reasons. That everybody wants to see a good outcome of this,
Yes. Oh,
because they never
definitely.
know when it could be them.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, her and I don't get along, but I don't want anything bad to happen to her.
Right.
You know,
So I mean, it's a good thing. I'm glad of that, and hopefully, from your words to the surgeon's hands, and that's doing the surgery for her.
Yeah, that's all you can
hopefully
is to
she
pray
does.
and
Oh
for
yeah,
her well-being and all that
You
as
can
well.
send her some positive energy as well. Send her
Yeah.
some Reiki and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
well, she's gonna need that,
Yep.
Mhm.
and she does have a positive attitude to this whole thing, and
That's
I've been
gotta be
told
hard to go through.
attitude
Yeah,
means
I know. It would be.
attitude means towards any illness. Whether you got pneumonia and your attitude is that I'm gonna kick pneumonia's butt.
exactly. Well, we
Or-
met that lady.
Yeah, it was amazing. You'd
Yeah.
never know she was in stage 4.
Yeah.
Not even her aura, anything
Anything
to
about
even
her.
indicate that she was. at
She
that
wasn't
point.
going to let it beat her. That's
Yeah.
just the whole
Mhm.
thing. Once you let something beat you down,
It does.
It does. Exactly. If you allow it to happen
Yeah.
to you,
Your psyche really.
yeah, and it doesn't matter if it's like a physical ailment, a mental ailment, emotional ailment, anything like that. If you allow it to win, it's going to win.
And just a caveat to that is I am a complete huge believer that if you want to be sick,
You'll be sick.
you're going to be
Yeah.
sick.
Mhm.
And if you want to be well and you think, oh, I'm not going to be sick, you
Yeah.
won't be sick.
Yeah.
I keep telling myself I'm not going to be sick. When's the last time you
Yep. Yeah.
seen me get sick? Al? You've
Yeah.
known me for years.
Years.
You know?
And it's the same way,
Almost
like
a century.
besides,
Oh,
it's
a
emotional
century.
wise too. If you think you're gonna have a shitty ass day, you're gonna have a shitty day.
Yeah.
There goes Lisa with the swears
You
again.
know?
Here she
Dwell,
goes. That's what she does.
dwell on the positives, not
Exactly.
the negatives.
Put the positive energy out there in all aspects of your life, and you will receive positive back. If you put negative out there,
Not
you're
that
gonna get negative.
things don't happen to people. Let's put that out there. That some people are not in control of what they get, or it's just having a positive attitude after the fact
Yeah.
to help heal yourself.
You're not dwelling on that negative. If you dwell on the
Yeah.
negative, it's going to increase it even that much more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't
Because
want.
not everybody asked to be sick or that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
In
which
fact,
is-
I was in the car when my daughter got the notice or the phone call saying that the biopsy that she had done on her breast was positive.
Yeah.
After she put the phone down, she gave me a high five. I mean, that's positive right there.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
Yippee, I got breast cancer.
Yeah.
But I'm going to defeat it. I'm not going to let it beat me.
And,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
good for her, because if she let it beat her, we could be
Oh.
talking about something totally different right now.
Amen.
So, yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna work out, Alan.
Yep, it will.
Thank God for the
Let's be
doctors and research.
positive.
And thank God for all the learning that has gone through this. I mean, years you've been hearing about breast cancer, and at one time it was pretty bad, but now they've come up with so many ways of treating it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
the thing is to catch it in early stages. Her stage, from what I've been told, is stage 2. So
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, I guess it runs stage 1 through 5. I don't know. That's what I've heard.
Cindy says I don't have time to be sick, so it's not allowed.
There you go,
Exactly.
honey.
There you
go.
Out of the room.
And
Yep.
Sally Williamson says, "Good morning, Tina Baker.
Good morning, darling. How
Good
are
morning,
you?
Lisa, and hi, Mike. It's Bubbles.
Hey,
Bubbles.
Bubbles.
Awesome.
So, good morning. Good
I
morning.
hear Bubbles yelling
Laura
at me
and
across the parking
Joanne
lot.
and Linda.
Linda, how are you?
Bunch of folks in the room already this morning. So, if
And
anybody
does
has any-
anybody have a question for us?
Yes,
That's
please. Please call
Roll it
in.
on in. Call it in.
call it in 860. Well, the number's scrolling on the bottom. 860-591-1054. Always the best way.
Exactly. So what's been going on over the weekend? Anything good or
Well, not really.
no?
I can't really. It's been pretty calm.
How about
Oh.
Crystal
Yes.
Sports? Positive stuff going on there?
Yeah, I mean it's up and down. It's good. It's good that the team is. The teams
They're
are
able
out
to
there doing
play,
their
number
things. They're
one.
able to play. Baseball, softball, track right now, lacrosse,
Even Little League.
even Little League. And there's a special place in your heart for Little League, is
Oh,
there
God.
not?
For years, from my kids, see, my son through my daughter, and then after that, I went down there for about 10 years afterwards, announcing all the games. And I'll tell you, the kids love that.
And good morning. Who's on the line with us on Psychic Tuesday?
Good morning. It's Marianne
Hi, Marianne. How are you? Where are you calling from?
calling from Lisbon.
Lisbon.
Good
All right. Do
morning.
you have a question for either Lisa or Tina?
I have a question regarding. I'm going to be doing a show this weekend. It's the first show this season, and I wanted to know how it will go.
All right. Let's check
Ooh,
it
what kind of
out.
show is it?
Check it out. Well, you're definitely coming out of a slump of I would say like energy wise and stuff. So this one is like pretty exciting for you. It shows that maybe prior to COVID, things were kind of lacking and you weren't sure if you were going to go back out and actually do the shows. But it kind of dissipated and you're giving it another shot. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. You're very much a creative person and it's hard for you to hold that back. So I'm glad that you're trying to pursue this again. It's always a mystery and a gamble when you do any kind of shows and that kind of thing, but it kind of shows it to be on your side. Whatever was happening in the past will come to an end and it looks like a renewal of energies and sales and that kind of thing as well. Again, like we were talking before, like positive attitudes. Just go out there with a big smile, your heart open and with your wares and do it for the best thing possible. It looks like it's going to be a pretty good day actually as well. Maybe a little slower in the morning. I don't know if it's a morning to evening type thing, but by the afternoon you will be jamming.
Awesome.
Okay.
That's what I'm envisioning.
Yes. Yeah, things get a little slower, but there is some people going by the table and that kind of thing. But you'd be more busier in the afternoon.
All right.
What kind of show is it, Marianne? If since now it's after the fact, what is it that you're doing?
Well, I've had some of my stuff at Lisa's shop. I'm an artist and I create trees. It's the Mother's Day market in Basra.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Yeah, looks to be good.
That's good.
Do you
and
have?
I wanted Lisa's show, but this came up, and I've been trying to get in there for many years, and I was very persistent and kind of pushed my way in.
Oh, very good. Yeah, it looks to be a good show, honey.
That's good.
Maybe a little glitch. Maybe a little glitch in the payment part of it. I don't know if you have a square or anything to that aspect, but maybe maybe something with the card reader or.
I just ordered. It will be here Friday, or it better be, the new chipless, touchless for the chip reader, and
okay, cool.
So I hope that's not glitching.
Yeah, it's maybe just a matter of setting it up and having it reading right.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Sorry.
You have a good day.
Thanks, Marianne. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. So call number one. Looks like Marianne's going to have a nice weekend.
Yes.
And that's good. Laura asking a question via... Oh, well, we got to get another call here. Hold on here. Yeah, good morning. You're on Psychic Tuesday. Who are we speaking to?
This is Sally Williamson.
Hi, Sally.
Good
How are
morning.
you? Do you have a question for Lisa or Tina?
Yeah,
We're going to limit you to one this morning, Sally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go for Tina. My son is going through something. He went to jail. I was just wondering how that's gonna turn out.
Okay. I think what holds him back right now is the financial aspect of it. It looks like what he had done, shouldn't have done, obviously, but there will be maybe some light shown upon him that might be in a generosity type of thing.
Okay.
So it looks like the financial part as to what he did is, whether it's bond or whatever that is, it moves forward swiftly. So I don't feel that it's going to take like a week for this to be before the judge or anything. Um, he's just got to get back to his roots and understand that making quick money all the time isn't have to be a criminal choice. Does that make sense?
Well, he's looking at a few years for what he did.
Yeah, I understand that. I'm just saying it's his.
You're talking about the lesson learned.
Yeah,
here.
lesson learned kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew me from school. Remember me?
Yeah, but it's been a long time. But yeah.
Yeah. Sally Hoffman.
Yeah, I get it, honey. The Williamson hit in when they first said that. Yes.
Okay.
He's
Yeah,
kind of
Mike.
yeah, he's kind of stubborn too, and he doesn't take well to authority as well. So
Yeah.
that's kind of been his thing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But there is some kind of I think it's hard to say, but he might do or wake up a little bit more in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Not that that's always a good place to grow up and learn things, because there's a whole nother network in there as well. But
well, his daughter's gonna grow up without him.
Yeah, I think he might come out with some kind of career or some kind of plan this time. So,
okay, because the baby's 9 months old. So
yeah, he's just very stubborn and pig-headed. So.
Is this the first time he's been
Okay.
arrested for this? Because I get that there was another incident that he was arrested
Well,
for.
he's been in jail before, but not for this.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did he do, Sally?
He got choking his wife.
He what?
Choked his wife.
Oh,
Domestic.
Yeah.
That's why she went to Florida with the baby. Remember?
Yep.
Why I called before.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
He finally turned himself in.
Well, that's a good thing. At least he's taking responsibility for his actions.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, that's hope. So hopefully he gets the
Okay.
help that he needs.
But it
to
also
some
goes
aspect.
both ways. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
never
there's
just
blame
one.
on the other side. I'm getting as well. So
Okay, I was just wondering.
Thank you, Sally. I hope you have a good day.
Yep.
Nice hearing from you,
Bye.
honey.
All right.
Okay.
You too.
All
I
right.
wish
Bye.
things were
Bye-bye.
better.
All right. Let's call number 2, Sally. All right. We have a question on the board. I was just about reading this in the phone, right? So Laura wants to know, our family dog is having a small procedure today to remove some lumps on her mammary glands. Can you please send some positive healing our way?
Oh,
of
definitely.
course, definitely.
Definitely.
I love little animals and
What
They're my
color is
thing.
the dog?
What
I'm
color is
getting
the
brown.
yeah, like a tannish color.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely sending some vibes out.
Here's a question from a gentleman who has asked some questions in the past, and I think he's looking to understand. So, David, we really appreciate these questions, and I'm sure the ladies do as well. David writes, I will admit I don't know much about this subject, so please forgive my ignorance. But is a psychic the same as someone who speaks to the dead, or is it someone who predicts the future?
I believe a psychic is someone that predicts the future. That's why I say call myself a medium, because I talk to those that have passed. Although I can get guidance on which direction you should go down in your future. But and then again, I don't believe anybody can predict the future in general, because we're all in charge of our own destiny.
It's all about
So,
personal choice, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, we can give glimpses
And
or give
guidance
you an
and stuff.
outcome of what the two things are you're wrestling with, or that kind of thing. But it's ultimately up
Personal
to the
choice.
person that we're reading
Yep.
for. And even when I read, I tell them it's a 50-50 chance of the outcome coming out to what was spoken about, because you do have free will. You could walk out of the shop and say, that chick was crazy. What is she
Yep.
talking about?
But then again, sometimes, or most of the time, I would say, I'll bet to guess that if you do a reading, or if you do a reading and they do walk out the shop going, "She on crack." I don't know what
Yeah,
was
yeah.
she
Yeah.
whack.
That happens.
And then about 10 days later, they come
Yeah.
back and they go, "You were so right."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I should have listened to you.
It
Yeah.
happens.
And then I rather they make their own choice. I rather put the information out there or the path that will give them the choice. That's what I'm about. But it's ultimately up to the person I'm reading for to
And I
you know,
never
make that
second guess
decision.
anything that I get.
no.
Because just because it doesn't go to them at that time,
And
it's something that's gonna happen. or
I'll
come
have
in.
people come back and they're asking the same question even 6 months later, and they're getting the same kind of answer they did in the first one because there was no movement or choice, that they
Yeah, they
made.
didn't do anything. They expected everything to come to them
Just fall
and to
into
be
place or
yeah,
whatever.
exactly.
There was so
Yeah.
I've had that many times as well.
So you're a medium, right?
Yes.
Well, and me, I must be a medium.
A large medium.
All right, just kidding. Anyway,
That's funny.
it hits me sometimes. They're not all winners, but sometimes the jokes are good.
Comic relief.
Yeah.
But sometimes the word psychic is used in both. His name was David.
Yes.
Sometimes the word is, it just depends on the person as to what they want to kind of label themselves as or what their gift is. So it could be one and the same.
I just like to say I have a lot of friends. They're just all dead.
Yeah. Every damn one of them. Yeah.
But they were friends.
That's right. They were friends. Yeah.
Okay. They're all friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? They're harder to ignore than the living ones.
Yeah, you can walk away from them.
Yes.
Exactly.
The dead ones they kind of linger
Yeah,
with you.
they're kind of like stuck there.
Not to be disrespectful.
Al, do you have any psychic intuition?
No, not right now.
No.
But have you ever had any experiences like where you thought you seen someone that has crossed over and then, or you heard them?
Your underwear didn't float across the room at any point?
No.
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 Oh my gosh.
They mostly hit the floor.
Yeah.
Well, they're weighted down.
Yeah, I had to
There you
figure
go.
Because they going nowhere.
Keyword is weighted.
Weighted.
So you have a show coming up.
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're a psychic fair coming up
Why
on
don't you tell us about that?
Saturday. Well, it's a group of we're going to have various readers, healers, and a lot of people selling their wares. It's Saturday.
Speaking of which, Al,
yeah,
underwears.
underwears. Yeah,
I made you say it.
It's Saturday, May 8th. It's called Mother's Day Out. And how it's going to work is if you want a reading or a healing, you come in, you purchase a ticket, you walk around, give it to whatever reader or healer that you want to see. And then you get your reading. And the tickets are $25 for the reading or healing. Admission is free.
Mhm.
But the $25 is for like a reading or a healing and stuff like that. But we have people that are going to be there selling candles and soaps and crystals and clothing and
Music Lady is
Music
providing
Lady.
food that you obviously buy from them, and it's from 10 to 4.
10 to 4.
You mean Music
May
Lady's
8th.
not giving away free food?
No,
Come on.
They got to make something.
They gotta
out of the
make
deal.
yeah, they gotta make something on the deal. So
Music Lady in Moose Up, May
All right.
8th.
and it's gonna be a fun time. It really
Oh, I'm
is.
sure.
This is our 5th psychic fair that we've actually done. So and we've had, very good success with all the other fairs that we've done. So I, however, will not be reading that day.
Why?
Because I have to have someone that's working the welcome table and welcoming people.
okay,
So I'm going to make sure everything is going well and where it needs to be. Although I will sell tickets for myself and do the readings out of the shop another day.
So Joanne asks again, where's the event? And it's at the Music Lady in Moose Up.
Yes,
Yes.
6 Green
Right.
Hollow Road, I believe. is the
Right next
address.
to 395, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
From
right
10 to
next to
4.
one of the many Dollar Generals.
Yes.
There you go.
Those were
Greenfield.
the seeds that were coming in the mail, by the way.
What?
The seeds that were coming in the mail randomly to people.
Uh-huh.
They were Dollar Generals. You plant the seed. Dollar General
A
pops up.
Dollar General.
Ah,
Whoa.
okay.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right.
Good marketing strategy.
Right? That's how they came up so quickly.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put it in the middle building. Boom. So I'm going to tell you a story. So I have a friend who is part of a paranormal investigation group.
Yep.
And he comes here, and him and his wife, Daniel and Christine Peer. So they invited us to be part of an investigation that they did at Captain Grant's Inn in
Yeah.
Pocatonic or Preston,
Yep.
which has been, you know, a known hotspot for psychic activity. Who is it? Jack Osborne, who has a show. They did an investigation from there. You know, Jack Osborne, Ozzy Osbourne's son.
Yep.
Yes.
So they did one there too. And they invited us to come along. What a blast. We had a great time. And there was some interesting stuff that came out of it. But what happened afterwards was even better. And Daniel, he was in there, so I don't know if he's still there listening to this. But so now all of a sudden we have activity in our house.
Oh, did you bring something home with you?
I think it's attached to Melissa.
Yep.
Because
That can happen.
So here's what's been happening is we have two hutches, one in the living room and one in the dining room. The door's open. The kitchen cabinets are opening. Dan's going, hi, Mike, ha.
Yep. You brought something. You guys.
He knows the story. I told him.
Yep.
Oh, that's not even the best of it yet. Okay. Her daughter, Samantha, her TV randomly turns on. But get this. Melissa will get into her car after work down in southeastern Connecticut.
Yep.
And she, her phone automatically connects to Bluetooth. It calls herself. Nothing happens except all of a sudden you look on the screen and it's calling her number. Why would anything be calling her number?
It's letting her know something. It's there.
Yeah.
Definitely. And that's a definite, you can't deny.
Yeah, it
It's
happens.
calling her
Yep,
number.
I get that.
It's not butt dialing somebody else because you'd see their number on
Yep.
it. It is her number that shows up. I got pictures of it. She's like,
The
what
only
the
other
hell?
time that will do that in your car with the Bluetooth is if she's checking her voicemail. Then it will actually show up as your number on your car. But yeah.
Christine Peer just says, next episode, Mike's house.
Yep. We'll see if you can get any EVPs or anything like that. That'd be kind of cool.
But yeah,
to
you
see
can
that with
you can get attachments and bring things home.
It's
with you.
just something or somebody that's mischievous. It doesn't seem like it
No.
because they're not causing anybody any problems or anything. Samantha
But it's
said,
trying to get contact. So
"Oh yeah,
that's why
which is
I would
just
check
like
out
I'm
who it
here.
is.
Guess
Yeah.
what? It's my new residence
Yeah.
now, bitches."
Yeah. Like
But-
the scenery.
Yeah, Samantha said that when at nighttime, she can see it move in her room. It hangs out in her room, she says.
Yeah.
But when Melissa leaves, it goes to work with her.
Yeah. So it's attracted to
So.
her energy, definitely.
Yeah.
Fun.
So we got to Daniel and Christine. Yes, we've got to do that. As yes. We got to
Kinda
do
cool.
that. So I want to go back to Dave, David had asked a question before about talking about how he didn't understand, how this all worked. He just and maybe this is something that you can, Lisa. Maybe this is something that you can do. Thank you for the explanation. Here is my question/statement. My father passed away suddenly back in 1999. He was just around the age I am now, and it lives in the back of my head that I could suffer the same fate. Unfortunately, he never got to see me get married or meet my wife or kids. We were best friends and had a very tight bond, and I have only dreamed about him once in 22 years. Is there a reason for that?
Yes, because he is blocked because he's not too sure what to believe in. So
You mean David? doesn't
David,
know. Okay,
yes.
all right.
So everybody's had an imaginary friend when they were growing up, okay? When they were a kid, so to speak. We're taught through society and our parents not to believe in what's right in front of us. And then there's those of us that were like, there's got to be more. I do get that his father actually does communicate with him a lot more than what he knows. And
he has seen your
he's just
family and your wife, and
he's just like
he was there when you got
rationalizing
married.
what he sees.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like this, David, do you see like anything out of the corner of your eye? Like may it be a flash going by? And it's something for some reason.
I almost feel
get
like one of his kids has taken on the personality of his
of his father.
father.
Could be, but I also get like something with squirrels and his father. I don't know like what a squirrel has to do with his dad, but I keep getting a vision of a squirrel running around. Like, I'm not saying that his dad is like reincarnated into a squirrel, but like there's a connection with this squirrel and his dad. So
He says yes.
Yeah.
And not everybody even.
David, can you give us a call? I mean, this is something I think would be better served if you called us at 860. The number's on the screen, 860-591-1054, 860-591-1054.
One thing he can't do is worry that he's going to suffer the same fate as his dad, because he will put that out there.
Yeah.
And you don't want that to go out there. So,
I mean, I get that dad wasn't one to go to the doctors all the time either. So, some of that comes into play. But yeah, I don't see that either, that him getting the same thing as father did.
But if he worries about it and dwells on it, then that he can manifest
He's
it
just
into
making
happening.
his soul and his psyche.
Yeah,
Think of it.
It's all about energy and believing in the energy that you feel like. Like him saying yes, I believe is too like the flashes of light actually going by him, and that's a way that his dad's actually communicating with him as well.
Kimberly says, "Good morning, ladies."
Morning.
And Mike.
Good morning.
We got a call. Let's. Good morning. Who's on the line with us on Psychic Tuesday?
Hey, this is David.
Hi, David. David, first of all, I want to thank you very much for asking the questions that you have been asking. It takes a lot of guts, especially when you have some personal stuff going on, but also, not closing the door on what could be. So I thank you for asking those questions.
Yes, definitely.
Well, it's stuff that I've thought about for years, to be honest with you.
Sure.
But I've had friends that have gone and seen like mediums and stuff, and I'm always like, yeah, I would do it, but they'd have to answer a question that would let me know they're really talking to my dad. Like I've heard stories of like these shops that are, say psychic readings have a neon sign in front of them.
Oh yeah,
and it's
yeah,
like a rip
yeah,
off.
yeah.
So
they're out there
where
too.
my hang-up comes from.
They're the ones that tell you need a crystal, and the crystal's $300.
Yeah, you run out the door at that point, honey. Run out the door.
Yeah, things like that. So I've always that's what my skepticism is. But as my kids are getting older, I have a daughter that's in high school and two middle school twins, a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
Who I want to have more clarity, I guess you would say.
And that's okay. Everybody gets to a certain point in their life where they're questioning things, and people didn't talk about this when I was younger. I mean,
It's taboo.
Exactly.
we
Very
didn't even know
taboo.
about this stuff unless you've seen it on TV, like the Warrens and and you didn't talk about it with people. They would, probably think you were crazy.
People got $50 to put you in the state hospital for.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, hold on, Alan, you're in your 70s. When you were younger, was this something about that people would talk about, or was it like a taboo type subject?
It was. They talked about it.
But
was it in the closet?
Was it like kind of like under wraps and stuff like that?
Totally under wraps.
Yeah. Okay.
Totally.
Yeah.
So now, David, I have a question for you. I mean, were you talking? Was it the squirrels that resonated with you?
So, the only thing with squirrels is I have a lot of squirrels in my backyard, and believe it or not, there's this one squirrel that's really fat.
that one's me.
Because I'm getting like this like a unique squirrel.
And he's always in our backyard, and it's a running joke for years. Like, oh, the fat squirrel's back. The fat squirrel's on the deck.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. I mean, my dad did have an animal nickname. My dad was nicknamed Bear.
Yeah.
That's what everybody called him. He was like, he was in like a motorcycle club and stuff.
Yeah. Cool.
And that was his nickname. I'm just he died suddenly. I just don't know if like the dream that I did have, which was only a couple weeks after he passed away, was me walking into his house and opening the door and like startling him, and him like he was like fell asleep and was like taking a nap, and I startled him, and he opened his eyes and he looked at me and he said, "What happened?" And that was it. I woke up.
Yep.
I never had another dream.
Because he went so quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've had a similar dream to my mother where my mother was actually I seen her getting on a train when she passed. And she was like, I have to go. I have to catch this train. So it sounds like it's basically, your dad letting you know, like he was unsure what happened, but that he would still always be there with you. And the whole squirrel thing is like, I see like this unique squirrel. There's something about this squirrel that stands out for him. So to me, you seeing this fat squirrel that comes back every year is actually him sending you this squirrel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it does. It's, to me, it's a little far-fetched because like I have no connection to a squirrel with my dad. Like, so that's a little weird, but.
And then all of a sudden, boom, Lisa spits out squirrels.
Yeah.
And this might be a little long-winded, and I may get choked up because I'm talking about it, but when my daughter was little, she was about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old. She had come to my wife and told her about this dream that she had. And I'm actually stepping outside. Oh, I don't want my kids to hear me.
Oh, take your time. Take your time. We own the radio station, so we can go as long as you want, pal. Don't worry about it.
So she tells my wife about this dream that she had. And I was like, okay. My wife's like, you need to go talk to her. I said, okay. So I go in her room, and I'm like, Mommy says you want to talk to me about your dream. She says, yeah, I saw Grandpa last night. And I'm like, okay. And I'm thinking she means her, my wife's father.
Yeah.
She had never met my dad. And I was like, okay, so, what you were at Grandpa's house? And she's like, no, I met your dad last night in the middle of the night. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And she says, he was in my room. And I was like, he was? So I don't want to discourage her. I want to hear everything she has to say.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get like all the information. So she's like, yeah, he sat here at the edge of my bed. And he was telling me, that stories about you when you were little and all of this stuff and how much he loved you and he wants to. And this is the part that freaked me out was I said, okay. And he said he had a question for you. And I was like, okay, what's the question? And she said, he wants to know why his leather jacket is in the attic. And I'm like, what?
Wow.
Now, my daughter was never in my attic ever. She would have never known that.
Yep.
And I'm like, and he said that you should have that jacket out and you should be wearing it. And I was like, really? Okay. The jacket's still in my attic. I wear it every once in a while, but I don't want anything to happen to it, basically. So I don't do it that often. But then she said something to me. This is freaked me out even more. Was she said, yeah, and before he left, he gave me a hug. And I said, okay. And she said, he smelled funny. And I said, what do you mean he smelled funny? She said, he smelled funny. She said, and I said, well, did you know what the smell was? And she says, no, but I told him he smelled funny. And he said that that's because of this. And he tapped his chest, like over his heart. And I was like, really? Now, my father, for some reason, I don't know why, but my father always wore a pocket t-shirt.
Yep.
And in that pocket is where he kept his cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
My father was a lifelong smoker, and he did stink. He smelled like cigarettes no matter where he was. Like, it was one of the things in my childhood that I hated because I would smell like smoke.
Yep.
Yep.
And really freaked me out. And part of me was grateful that my daughter had that experience and told me. She never had another one. She never told me anything else. That I know of, she never did. I was grateful that it happened. I was sad that it happened. I was scared that it happened. I like went through every emotion.
You didn't know how to feel.
And it was just a weird situation, and like nothing like that ever happened again. And and ever since then, I've always like thought about it.
Oh, it
It's just always
definitely,
been on my
it
mind.
definitely,
It happened.
yeah, it definitely
Definitely
happened.
happened.
And it had to be to that degree for you to even think that it was a real thing,
And
and he tried to take care of everything he could because, like Lisa said, you're blocked a little bit. So the messages weren't getting through to you. So he went through your daughter, and to say that he loved you and to bring up that
And that's
jacket
not
and
the
all
only
that.
time that he's
No,
visited
I know.
but
his
I know.
daughter.
this
Yeah.
morning was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This morning, like for example, like Lisa, you said the squirrels. I said his daughter's taken on the personality
Yep.
of the grandfather.
Yeah.
David calls in and gives us probably the most beautiful and pure story that we've had yet
Yeah,
on
exactly.
Psychic Tuesday.
Yes.
Exactly.
And don't
Which-
ever discourage her or any of your other kids. There's been
Oh, no, I
multiple
never would.
visits to them. And like I said, we're taught not to believe in what we see.
Exactly.
So don't ever teach them that that's not real, because she has seen him multiple times, and I believe that he still, goes and visits everybody in their dreams, because that's the best
And-
way he can without freaking everybody out.
And part of me was actually jealous that he came to her. And not me.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah.
Why didn't I have that dream? Like, or not
Yeah.
even that it was a dream, whatever.
But
But
you might have just took it as a dream and that was it.
Exactly.
Where this was a definite experience and he was trying to relay what he could in that amount of time that he had. And
Well, this has been very, very interesting and cathartic, and I appreciate it. And to think all of this came because I follow you on wrestling on TikTok and stuff. It was meant to be, I guess.
I do a lot of crap, David.
You
All
have
right,
to feed the fat squirrel. The fat squirrel needs to get fatter. Give him some peanuts.
David, where are you
Yeah,
calling
yeah.
from?
I grew up in East Haven, Connecticut. I've lived in Hampton for like over 20 years.
Dixwell Avenue, represent.
Yeah.
Right by, unfortunately, right by Dixwell Avenue. If you know Dixwell Avenue, you know what I'm talking
I
about. but-
do. I managed back in the day. I managed that Radio Shack there in Hampton Plaza for years.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So,
Well, I'm
Yeah,
glad you got some peace, David, at least, I'm glad that you've been asking questions all along. Too.
Yes,
That's
yeah.
cool. And that you actually, called in.
And now that you were able to release a lot of that off your chest, try talking to your dad. He'll talk to you.
see, David, I think this morning was a lot about closure for you. A little bit of solace, to go ahead and say, okay, everything really is okay.
Yep.
And hopefully maybe now you can breathe a little bit better and a little bit deeper, knowing that your father has been coming through. He is coming through, and he did, especially through your daughter, which is probably the most beautiful way it could happen.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
Well, thank you guys very much. I'll let you go. I've taken up enough of your time.
No, you
You're
know what? It
welcome.
was worth it, David, because
Exactly.
you needed it, my friend, and
that's what we're here
that's
for.
what we're here for, bro.
Thank you.
And
All right, have a
love
good
and
day.
light. Love and
Bye.
light.
That right there was probably one of the
Oh my
most
I love it. I was-
beautiful stories that
I was
we've had.
getting
Yeah.
teary.
I was too.
I know,
I was
getting
too.
chills. I was
Yeah.
getting-
So yeah, beautiful stuff.
See, sometimes they don't always communicate directly with you, but it's
Yeah. They send
know.
I'm like, why am I seeing all these squirrels and this?
Yeah.
This weird.
Right.
One squirrel stands out so much. So,
Yeah.
and I
Pretty
believe it's
cool.
his dad sending him the squirrels for some reason.
Mhm.
Don't know why.
But the dad
But-
has met his family. He
Yeah.
was there for the
Oh,
wedding.
God,
He's
yes.
been there every step of the way.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Roxana just said that was absolutely beautiful. Made me cry. Now we have another
Yeah.
call. And good morning. Who's on the line with us on Psychic Tuesday?
Hello.
Good morning. Hello.
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I have a question for one or both of the ladies.
Who's calling?
This is Linda.
Oh, hey, Linda. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, go ahead. What is your question?
Okay, my question is, I heard Lisa say that she can speak to people, or, well, not speak, but know of people that have passed that might be around you.
Yes.
And I wanted to know if she could see anyone around me, and is there a message coming through?
Okay. All right. The first thing that I'm actually picking up is there's someone that used to like play with antennas, like TV antennas. Like I don't know if they used to build them or like would play with the TV antenna or was like very OCD about having a TV antenna in the house.
When I was a kid, we had one on the roof.
Okay, did something happen to that antenna or was it not working right? Did you have a loved one that would either fix it all the time or
Gosh, not that I can recall.
okay, because I'm
Not that
almost getting like this person and I am getting a female energy and she's telling me that the antenna is not right, like the frequency is not right or she can't get anything in right that she needs to have happen. Do you have issues with do you have a satellite reception for your TV or do you use cable?
Are you talking about right now?
Yes, right now.
I don't have a television.
Okay, so that would make sense. I'm like why I'm getting an antenna type thing. So if you don't have a television, like where do you get your information from, like Newswise and stuff like that in case something happens?
Well, I watch SNS. I mean, I listen to SNS.
Okay. Well, the reason why I'm asking is because this female energy that I get, she's like almost like I hate to say it, but I feel like she's a prepper type person. So would this
I'm
be
sorry, what type of a person?
a prepper? Like she's always
gotta
like
preparate.
yeah, she's always like
prepare.
prepare for things.
Prepare.
Yes.
Okay.
Like the H method, like preparation H.
Yeah. Smooth it on lightly.
And I'm almost
You know what?
getting
No.
that
If you need butt cream, you can just know.
We were
don't
talking
even
about this
don't
last
even
week.
worry about advertising that crap.
I
You
know.
know what I mean? Because you know where to get that. You know.
Can
Why
I-
do they have TV commercials for
trying to help
preparation
this
H?
lady
Oh, I'm
here.
sorry.
Can I clarify something? Are you waiting for a message from this lady?
I was hoping for a message from someone. But,
Okay.
this person was around when I was a child or younger.
Because the frequency is that the sister can't get through because it's not the right frequency. She doesn't have either the capability.
Okay, so the antenna.
Yeah,
Okay.
She's using the antenna as speaking to you as she don't have the right stuff to give the message.
Okay, so you're looking to hear from your sister?
That would be nice, but
Oh.
that was not who I was thinking of.
Okay, who are you thinking of that's passing the information on?
And did they use preparation H?
Who's the prepper and had to make sure for an emergency purposes they had to have like I'm getting they had the AM FM radio with batteries, they had flashlights, like this person was very prepared for anything that could happen.
Okay. I actually just thought of someone. And this is a friend. It's not the person that I was thinking of, but it sounds like this person that has passed.
Okay. Because I'm getting that you need to prepare yourself as well. And you're a type of person that I don't want to say you got to prepare for something that happens, but this person's concerned that you don't have things in order in case something happens. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Actually, it's a couple of people now.
Okay.
Okay.
Gang's all here.
We're honing in.
I'm getting this woman has darker hair. I'm gonna say it's shoulder length, kind of straight. But I'm not too sure. Go ahead.
Okay. The straight hair blew one of them right out of the water.
Okay.
And hair color blew the other one out of the water. So, okay.
Okay. So do you know who she is?
No, I don't.
And
Because
there's
one had
something
dark.
about her eyes. Like, I don't know if she had, like, she's telling me her eyes are a very unique color. She has a lot of bands in her eye color. So I don't know if they're like a hazel color, but they like change.
You know, Linda, the funny thing is, in about 2 weeks, you're going to be going,
I know.
holy
Yeah,
crap.
yeah.
I know.
But
I
I'm
think
getting
that
like,
because
you need to prepare yourself as well. Like, do you worry about everybody else and get everybody else prepared for things?
I try to.
Okay. But you don't prepare yourself for things?
Yes, I do. I do.
You don't.
I probably prepare too much and worry a lot.
Okay, but about everybody else and not yourself.
Yes.
That's what I think the message is actually coming across, is that you need to like worry more about yourself and preparing yourself for things. Because I'm getting that this person didn't, they didn't have the time to actually do it for everybody else. They did it for themselves, and almost like I get that their life was taken very quickly. Like they didn't live a very long life. So if I had to say I'm getting this person would not be any older. I would say in their 30s when they had passed.
Well, okay. Part of what you say goes with one person, except for hair is not straight. Found out information in their late 30s, I believe it was.
Yeah.
But
did she
was an eye issue, but it had nothing to do with color.
So she had an eye issue like this, because there's definitely something unique about her eyes.
Well, yes, she had Graves' disease.
Okay.
And if you've ever known anyone with Graves, sometimes their eyes like bulge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, that was unique about that.
Okay, so that would be eyes changing.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't be like, oh, okay. Did she used to want straight hair?
No. Actually, she had very curly hair. But if she didn't prepare, it would be like wild.
Okay, so did she like use a straightener or something on it?
No, she put like I don't want to say a mousse or a gel or something in it.
Okay, to calm it down.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
But was always prepared for things.
Yep.
And preparing for things. But I'm still trying to make more connections to see if it's her.
I think this is going to be one of those things that is going to take you a while to figure out.
Yeah, because
it's going to hit you right all of a sudden. But I don't know if it's going to be right now. Sometimes if you try too hard with these things, it doesn't come through.
Did she get headaches, or do you get headaches? Right side of the head, frontal area?
Rarely, but yes, I do.
Okay. Because that's another thing that I'm picking up is the headache in the frontal area, right side. That's what she's telling me. So.
That she has or I have?
Your experience in it. And that's the thing, like she's saying that like you need to prep for things. You don't take care of yourself. You got to take better care of yourself.
Okay. Now, when I had these headaches, Of course, the first thing that pops into my head is brain tumor.
Yep.
I have had that. Yeah, I mean, thought that.
Okay. Don't always think the worst, but prepare for the worst. Does that make sense?
Well, I wasn't thinking. Yes, it does. But
Because what I'm getting is her life, like she died like too young. Like she felt like she didn't. She was
yes,
as prepared as she was. She wasn't prepared for that.
exactly. She died too young.
Yes.
But it wasn't from a brain tumor or anything like that.
No.
Okay. Okay.
She's basically, you want to know if there's a message. She's basically telling me to tell you that you need to prepare yourself as well, because not saying that you're going to pass away or anything like that, but don't leave anything undone for yourself.
Okay. All right. I see that. I get that.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
All right. Thank you, Linda.
Thank you very much.
Have an awesome
Have a good day. All right. Let's see. It's just about 10 o'clock, but we did have an 11th hour person jump in there, and lady by the name of Donna Marie Higney, and she is in Belfast, Northern Ireland.
Oh, I want to go.
All right.
Yes,
Can I have
wanna
a reading,
go.
please? Her date of birth is November 23rd, 1992, and she says hello.
Hello, honey. That's awesome.
So I don't know if you want to flip a couple of cards for
No
for-
major questions.
no, it just says
Just
hi,
general.
just a general reading.
All right.
From Ireland. I want to go to Ireland so
Me too.
bad.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Sorry,
Oh my
I'm
God.
so sorry. I'm sorry.
I see where you either have two influences of female in your life, or you can be two different people at any given time, which means you would be in a situation where you can't always be yourself, if that makes any sense. Possibly waiting on a judgment from either a court situation or waiting on maybe a new job. Let's see. You really have nothing that stands in your way to make that career move, if that's what that's about. Pretty much everything comes together at that point and you're pretty secure. It doesn't look like you're that bad off as it is, but you're looking for like the whole package this time. It's also saying to slow down a little bit. Sometimes you want things to happen more quicker than they actually do, but this is going to be at a little bit slower pace, or you need to be at a little bit slower pace. You don't always have the right tools or the right education or the right moments of thinking that kind of blocks your way into getting everything that you actually want. You're more of a social person, so I think like the COVID has really kind of set you back a little bit, but it shows that more social times will be coming forward. Let's see. Even though there is family, sometimes you don't feel that close to them. I don't know if that's because of family issues or that kind of thing. That looks like if there is some issues going on with your family, that will be kind of closing that self up as well and moving forward into a better light. And that's about what I got for you right now, honey. Let me know if any of that hit. And or more specific questions, and I can help you out a little bit better with that.
So Donna Marie, like the page Snsn Radio, and that way you'll get notifications when Psychic Tuesday goes on the air. Well, it's Tuesday. Psychic Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday.
It's not Wednesday. It's Psychic.
And yes, we'd love to hear
Tuesday.
from you again. That is awesome.
Absolutely.
From Ireland. Oh my God.
We get people from all over the world.
That's
Yes,
awesome.
we do.
We do. All over the world, all over the country. It's really great.
Yeah.
So, ladies, thank you once again for another successful Psychic Tuesday. And that one story really blew my mind.
Yeah,
Yes.
that was
David,
nice.
Thanks,
yeah.
David, for that.
Huh?
That's awesome.
With David. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
That was
Yeah.
that was something
I think
else.
we were all here teary-eyed and
Yeah.
stuff like
Yeah.
that. So
And I just believe it. He was meant. That was meant to happen. Today,
yes,
Yes.
Meant to be.
You know.
Because he's been kind of fishing around a little bit.
He
you
has
know,
been the
trying
last
to,
couple-
and he
yeah.
has their, you know,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
there are skeptics
But-
out there, and they need more
Exactly.
information. He does have to
Exactly.
feed that fat squirrel, though.
I think they're all going to be fat coming in.
The fat
Which-
squirrel's
yeah,
not.
One,
There's
the
gonna be more than
squirrel
one
is like
fat squirrel.
very unique looking squirrel. It kind of the way I'm visioning it, and I could be wrong, but I get like a lot of grayish and reddish together. Like I almost get that
And
it's
a big butt.
like
Really
a
big
gray
butt.
squirrel and a red squirrel together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Squirrel got back.
You know,
Yeah,
so
you got
yeah.
butt, man. You got some butt.
All right, that's gonna wrap it up for us today on Psychic Tuesday. Again, once again next week, 9:00, Eastern time.
Eastern
Eastern
time.
U.S. time for people that are listening in India, Sri Lanka,
In
England, the
Ireland.
UK,
Yes.
everywhere around the
Awesome.
world. It's Psychic Tuesday right here on SNSN. Everybody, have yourself a wonderful day, and we will. Al, thank you for so much for coming in today
And don't forget to vote tomorrow
locally.
locally
Locally,
here in the town, the great town of Griswold.
that's it. All right, guys, thank you for joining us on Psychic Tuesday. We'll be back once again tomorrow, right here on SNSN.
This is your local weather forecast on SNSN. Drizzle or some light rain today, mainly in the morning hours before noon. Temperatures reaching right around the 56-degree mark. A north wind around 8 miles per hour today. And a chance of precipitation is right around 90%. For tonight, a 50% chance of showers and maybe even a thunderstorm sometime after.